Hello out there, you're watching everything you need to know about Star Wars the card game. Still looking at the Jedi objective sets from the core set. And we're up to the Secret of Yavin 4. This is the 5th of the 7 Jedi objective sets that you get within the core set. The Secret of Yavin 4 produces a resource like all the other objectives do. This one's a little different though. It takes 6 damage to blow it up. So this can withstand 1 more point of blast damage than the other light side objectives that we've looked at so far. Obviously it has the Yavin 4 trait, that's the moon where the rebel base is, and it has an interrupt ability that goes alongside this 6 damage. It says when one of your other objectives is engaged, your opponent engages this objective instead, limit once per turn. So if the dark side player was to declare a different objective and this was out, they would have to engage this one first that turn. They can engage the other ones after this, but they would have to redirect the engagement here, and it can withstand 1 more point. So that's a very useful objective to have, and I think it kind of sets the tone for what we're going to look at here, because we don't see any big units like we did in the previous ones. There's no Yoda, no Luke Skywalker. Instead we get C-3PO. So this is more of a defensive-minded objective set. It's one that you're almost definitely going to see, especially with players that just use the core set. This is a really, really important one to have because it's a good defensive one, as you're about to see. C-3PO is a neutral unit who costs 1, has 1 Force icon, and he's a droid. His interrupt ability is, when an event card is played, sacrifice this unit to cancel the effects of that event card. That is extremely, extremely useful because he's basically blocking. If there's an event card that is going to do some serious damage, it may knock somebody off the board, it could be something very severe, you can just take C-3PO. If he's already in play and you paid the resource, you can discard him, blow him up basically and sacrifice him, and then that event gets cancelled. He does have a damage capacity of 1, so even though you're obviously not going to declare him as a participating unit in combat because he doesn't have any combat icons, the dark side player could use targeted strike, which would be enough to destroy this guy. Next we have Guardian of Peace. Guardian of Peace is a Jedi unit. She costs 2 resources and has 1 Force icon, 1 edge-enabled unit damage, character, and Force sensitive. So once again we see these enhances that go with Force users and Force sensitive units. Obviously a Force sensitive enhance would go with Guardian of Peace. She has 2 very important keywords. The first one is shielding. So when you declare Guardian of Peace for an engagement, you can choose another unit or an objective and you can place a shield token on it. The other one is protect character. If a character card you control would be damaged, you may place the damage on this unit instead. Again, these keywords only apply if you declare Guardian of Peace as a participating unit in an engagement. If you win the edge battle, she also does 1 damage to a unit of your choice. So that's very helpful. She also has a damage capacity of 2, which most units have a health of 1, 2, or 3, so that's about average. A good unit to have. And such a good unit, in fact, that we get a second copy of Guardian of Peace. So this objective set has C-3PO and 2 Guardians of Peace as your units, and they're not going to be really strong out of the gate. In fact, this edge-enabled unit damage is the only combat icon that any of those 3 cards has, but hey, it's okay. It's good to have C-3PO, it's good to have Guardian of Peace. Very, very useful. And now we move on to the event card in the set. It is Lightsaber Deflection. As you can imagine, keeping in tone with the theme of the objective set, it is a defensive card. It costs 0 resources. It is a Jedi card, 2 Force icons, and it has an interrupt ability. When damage is dealt to a friendly non-vehicle unit, so that would be any unit that does not have the vehicle trait here, deal 1 point of that damage to another target unit instead. So the dark side player does a unit damage, tries to hurt one of your units. If it's not a vehicle, you can play this card for free, and that damage goes on a target unit that you choose, so you could send that to a dark side unit. Last but certainly not least, this is the most important fate card that you can play. It is Twist of Fate, and you may notice right off that there are no Force icons here. It has an edge battle priority of 1, and it says, cancel this edge battle and the card effects of all other Fate cards just revealed. Discard both edge stacks and start a new edge battle. So you and the dark side player are putting down cards for the edge battle and building your edge stack, but you know that you're going to play Twist of Fate, and so all those cards are going to be put in your discard pile, and you're just going to do a new edge battle later. It's very, very smart and a very, very useful card to have. So once again, that is a look at the Secret of Yavin 4. And that was C-3PO, Guardian of Peace, Lightsaber Deflection, and Twist of Fate. I hope that video was very informative and helped you be a little more knowledgeable about the Jedi objective sets in the core set of Star Wars, the card game. Until next time, GLHF. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.